Alright everybody, welcome back. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in Charlotte in the production car challenge in a Volkswagen Jetta. Let's get into it. Looks like we're starting about 7th in class. Strength of the field is 2167. This is a 25-minute race. Charlotte Motor Speedway R oval layout. This is a multi-class race. Looks like we're battling for 6th. Gave up the inside there, not great. Another one coming to the inside. We might lose another position. No, it's the battle for last in class there. We are starting 24th overall in this race. There are 4 classes. I believe all 4 classes are in this race. The leading class would be the Ford Mustang. The second class would be the Mazda MX-5s. The third, which is mine, the Volkswagen Jetta. And the fourth is the Pontiac. Car going slow on the infield here. Looks like we'll probably have a run on them. Trying to get to the outside before these corners. Somebody else is trying to make a move. See if we can come out clean. No, we got hit and ran us into the wall. We are now battling for last. Oh no, we lost that too. Probably took a little damage from that. Looks like they are passing the yellow Volkswagen just fine. I'm getting a run on them as well. Not a good place to pass here though. Not until we come out of these next 2 corners. Can we see if we can get a run? Yellow cars all over. It looks more white than silver this time. Looks like a white one. Oh, wow, we have to go down to the inside. They're blocking hard. Let's see if we can get it to stick. No, not quite. Looks like there's a bit of ebb and flow here. They're faster in some places and I'm faster in others. Hoping these two battle it out quite a bit. We don't want to let them get too far, but I feel like they're fairly aggressive. They might take each other out if we just let it happen. We gave them a little bit of a gap here. They're going to battle again for the position. We are currently last in class. At least last of our class group. I don't know if anybody's actually been really taken out from up front. Going side by side in front of me again. The yellow car lost that battle. Nice, gonna get some onboard on the curbs here possibly. Pretty big gap behind. No real worries about anybody catching us yet. Not getting lapped yet. Looks like they're possibly getting away just a little bit from me now. This is the third race in a row that I've raced in the 2,000 plus strength of field. From this view, you can see they're not really getting away too badly, but oh, here we come. Probably a second and a half to 2 seconds that they're ahead now. Lots of time left to go in the race. All kinds of things can happen. The lead group hasn't pulled away too far yet. Don't have a lot of experience in the Volkswagen Jetta. It's a front-wheel drive vehicle, which is a bit different than most of the other vehicles that I've been racing. Pretty much everything in IMSA class is all rear-wheel drive. A lot in class D or B license, you will get a lot of rear-wheel drive there too. I'm not even sure if there are front-wheel drive vehicles in any of those series for C or B names. This should be a D license class. Something must have happened to one of the Mazdas. Is finally catching back up. Hopefully he makes a clean pass and doesn't try to do it here. Alright. Right up here should be fine. Go high and let him down underneath, and then drop back down to that slipstream. Nice and clean. I don't think that's not a race leader. They've got to be somebody who messed up and is coming back through the ranks, or maybe they didn't load at first and they had to start. Ooh, there's a Mazda sitting back there right now. If you don't load in right away, but you do load in before race start, they will force you to start from the pits. which puts you behind every class. I'm gonna try and keep up with this Mazda if I can. I can still see 3 Volkswagens in front. Silver, yellow, and white. So far, so good. A pretty clean race. I do know that we finish in 21st overall, but that doesn't really help me to know what's going to happen, what place in class we're going to be. I recall getting a decent amount faster on this track with this car as I raced it more and more. And right now, I think that the field just has a lot more experience than I do. I think I'm only rated somewhere in the 14 or 1500s. What is in front of the Pontiacs? I forget what they called the solstice? Something like that. Oh, what's going on here? Several cars going slow. We might be passing back markers, some really slow cars. You can see those other Jettas in the background. We've lost quite a bit of time to them. I was hoping they would mess each other up, but maybe it doesn't look like they have so far. We're a little over halfway through the race now. Pretty clean racing. The Pontiacs were generous and got to the side quite far to allow me to pass. It's possible they just damaged their vehicles and are moving quite slow. Something is just ahead. One of the other Volkswagens, maybe? Can't see anything yet from this view. I think the yellow Volkswagen you're seeing way up there is somebody further up in the field, not the 3 cars that are in front. Looks like the leaders are finally starting to catch up. Nice blue and orange Mustang behind me now. Hasn't quite caught up yet, but we could see those Jettas in front now. I'm guessing 6 to 8 seconds ahead. They're still battling. They're fairly clean drivers though. So far, looks like the Mustang's about 2 to 3 behind. Shouldn't be long before he catches me. Hopefully it'll be one of these straights coming up. Mustang, a significantly better race car than the Volkswagen Jetta, stating the obvious. The Mustang in this class is definitely one, at least at the time, you had to purchase. I'd have to double check. Yeah, I bet it still is. Nice racing stripes on that one. The leader has passed cleanly. That is always good. Second place is quite a ways back. They are quite the driver, aren't they? They have a large lead over second place. You can see two of the Volkswagens ahead still. The yellow and white, I believe. If they're still battling, there's still a chance. So. Leader going by. I have been lapped now. Not doing too bad, still running cleanly. I believe what happened, well, we took that hit earlier, remember, it shoved us into the wall, and it damaged both sides of my vehicle. And that has significantly slowed me in this race, enough to not be able to keep up with those other Jettas. I don't know how the one didn't take a decent amount of damage to slow them up as much as me either, but I guess sometimes the computer decides to damage some vehicles more than others. I got the short end of the stick there. We keep the car on track, we'll finish the race. We should finish in an okay position. With the potential of earnings for K here, there's a lot of highly rated people for me to earn from. It does matter. If you raise people a lot higher than you and they lose to you, they lose a lot more points and you gain a bit more. It's more obvious in the higher classes when you see 4, 5, and 7, 10Ks up there. Not typically beating the 7K pluses though. They're quite fast and consistent. They're good drivers. We will see some of them in future races. There are professional drivers that do race here in this game. So the competition really is there. There's quite a few people that maybe at that level that you'll see. I do recall racing against a few pretty well-known people. That's part of why I leave the names up as we're starting the race, so you can see some of the list. I know I don't scroll it. If they're really, really important and you know them, they'll be up top, for sure. Looks like maybe we can start to see second and third place starting to catch. Took them quite a while to catch up. I don't believe it was me driving faster. That is just how much faster first place was over second and third here. Looks like maybe some teammates or something, a bit of a similar color scheme and a similar pace. Looks like just a couple more minutes left in the race. I'm guessing 1 to 2 more laps overall. It does all depend where the leader is when time runs out on these. If the leader just passes the finish line and the time runs out, we are going to go over 26 minutes of a race. Second and third place are still trying to catch. I'm not seeing them at the moment. There they go. Looks like they're possibly battling. The paint scheme is so similar, huh? A little bit of a red stripe, a little bit of a green stripe maybe? Looks like I'm going to be complicating their race a little bit coming up here. I don't think they're going to catch me before. Soon. I think up here I'll let them go. There's one, there's two. Alrighty, second and third place passed cleanly. It's very good when that happens. Looks like one more car might catch before the end of the race. Oh, that looks like a Mazda. They might not catch. I think we will get one more whole lap in. If I remember to do it, we'll pull up the results and see what place in class we got. Taking the hit and getting shoved into the wall didn't really help. But we will come back another time. That looks like the white flag being waved. Excellent. One more lap here. second and third aren't really getting away too quickly. It's hard to tell if they're battling or they're just following. They must be pretty close to race pace to each other. I guess that Mazda is slowly starting to catch. Probably not gonna happen before the end of the race. Couple Mazdas battling back there, it looks like. This should be the last lap for all of us, so they're battling for final positions at the end here in the last lap. You can see a little bit more of it in a minute. Here we go, and checkered flag. Fairly certain. Maybe? Do we have one more lap? That got pulled off. No, I'm just continuing, it looks like. That is the end of the race. Let's take a look at the result. Looks like we finished 8th in class, not last, second to last. Some of those Volkswagens were on the lead lap, it looks like. And only 3 Mustangs overall anyways. Oh no, wait, there's another one that crashed out early, it looks like. Alright guys, thank you for watching, see you next time.